Okay, folks, I found this on a curbside of junk. These can be very useful, not just for children, but for protecting your power boards from getting dust in them. I'm pretty sure they can be used for that. I wish I had some of these kicking around when I... Yeah. But let's see how we go. We've got them now. We can utilise them. Going to make this full colour. I think the original type should be dot matrix for this. Maybe we'll enlarge it 200%. Okay, let's see what these things are. You probably guessed. Yeah, they're child-proof PowerPoint guards. They're to stop children from tampering with PowerPoints, with sharp objects in particular. They can electrocute your child, kill them by electricity, or give them a nasty shock. But you don't want a shock or fucking electrocution. So little children, these are really good for little children, folks. But they could potentially be used to protect your power board from dust. I do think these would make good dust guards for your power board, even if you don't have children. So yeah, I haven't tried using them, but I'm sure they'll come in handy. I'm not going to get rid of them. Obviously that parents had children and they got rid of these because they didn't deem it necessary to look after their child, protect them from getting a shock or electrocution or killing themselves by electric shock, which is what electrocution is. Electrocution means you die of electric shock. Electric shock just means you get a shock, but you don't necessarily die. So that's it, folks. Didn't turn out as nicely as I was hoping they would. I want to turn some of them with their prongs upside down to make it more interesting. So we're going to try and just make a conscious effort to point the camera at the object instead of fucking pointing it down like I often do when I'm dealing with these sorts of things. I don't know how I'm going to make this work, folks. Tricky job, this one. Because they just want to fall on their flat sides. Maybe 300% might be better. We're going to run it at 200 and see what happens. Yeah, that looks a lot better, actually. I do think. Trying to get them to sit upside on their prongs instead of on their backs. As you can see, folks, it's not as easy as it looks. try it again. Yeah, that looks interesting. Not quite what I'm after, although we could stretch it on the horizontal. It's a tricky one, folks. I just can't get them to sit nicely. They all just want to fall on their backs, which is really annoying, folks. It really is quite fucking annoying trying to get my subject to behave itself the way I want it to, the way I intend on having it, not this fucking way that it wants. I'm sure persistence will pay off, folks, just like me trying to get Channel 9 interested in airing my materials as a photocopier artist. I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news, and it's really proving to be extremely difficult. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fighting it. I'm going to keep pushing it until I get there. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to try my best to get my stuff up there on the news, even though they don't seem to care that I'm a person living with disability that needs a little bit of help to get kick-started into the world of art, to not be ignored by the art galleries, who I really fucking hate. I really hate the art galleries because they don't show an interest in a person like myself. I know I haven't been to an art gallery. I did go to one just a couple of times a few months ago, but generally speaking, I haven't actually shown my artwork to them because I know they're not interested. I know they don't care. I know they're on the enemy side of society, and that's come up looking really a treat. I think we can work with that. I don't think the art galleries really care about people like myself. I did watch some videos about a disabled person who managed to break into the art world. There's actually an agency based not far from where I live, in Crow's Nest, that specialises in people with intellectual disabilities breaking into the art world. And it's been a very efficient way that people with intellectual disabilities like autism or Down syndrome and all that sort of shit, that they get, some of them have really made it successful, and they sure make me put me to shame. I haven't had an exhibition since the beginning of when. I haven't even been in an art contest for years. I don't have time for trying to get my work up on the walls of an art gallery. I've sort of given up temporarily on that because I know that I haven't got much time to flourish. Like, things move very slow when you're trying to use art galleries as a primary method of propagating your material, getting people to see it and to become a household name. And I know I can't make money out of my art. My art is costing me money. It's not producing anything substantial. Oh, there's one of these left over. But basically, I don't have any. I'm living on Centrelink, and I'm also. I haven't been working for a while, but I normally work at a disability. What they call a disability. An Australian disability enterprise. It's like a form of sheltered workshop, so it's not a terribly dignified way for a creative person to make money, but because I'm disabled, I can't just get a job in a normal job and earn a lot of money, and I can't do that, and I need help getting my art recognised so I can make money out of what I'm good at. I don't want to focus on what I can't do, and these people from this agency, it's worked so well that they don't. Some of these artists, there's one artist I watched articles about. He was doing so well, he was getting into the Archibald Prize, for fuck's sake. Archibald, the elitism, the elitist gallery, and he was a finalist. He fucking made it into the fucking, and he's intellectually disabled. They tried to get my service, NDIS service, tried to get me into this agency, but because I've been diagnosed with something that's not intellectually disabled, I do believe I am intellectually disabled. I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech. And this has come up really dark. I came out breech and it's affected my memory, and I can't learn things. I can't go to TAFE and learn. I tried learning electronics. I tried to become a photocopier technician. I couldn't do it. And my memory problems have gotten worse, but I wasn't able to join this organisation because I didn't have a diagnosis for an intellectual disability. And I do believe I have high functioning autism as well, that also has not been diagnosed. So that's the problem when you're not diagnosed. You fucking can't get anywhere. So, but I'm going to just go by the TV and try to get on the 6 o'clock news and get recognised as a household name, because TV is more powerful than art galleries. Even though this person who won the Archibald, who not won but became a finalist in the Archibald Prize, he is still not a household name. He's not a Ken Doan or an Andy Warhol or a Brett Whiteley, and even not everyone would know those names except Ken Doan. He met Ken Doan incidentally as well, so it makes me feel really insignificant and stupid, being smart and not being able to get anywhere. So anyway, enough of that. This is an interesting piece. I think we can now call it quits. Yeah, there you go.